All right, Mr. TALIAFERRO TV. Let me see how I could break this down to you guys the best way possible. So Lil Yachty did a Breakfast Club interview this morning, and to be quite honest with you, it wasn't good. All right, it was pretty short. The answers to the questions were pretty short. It felt like he didn't want to be there. Right now, I do always respect Lil Yachty's honesty in interviews. I've met Lil Yachty before at backstage at a show. I didn't have a cameraman on me, otherwise we would have did an interview. I like Lil Yachty's grind, and I like the music that Lil Yachty puts out, because in this mumble rap era, I don't hear Lil Yachty talking a crap ton about smoking, doing drugs, about other stuff, killing. He's kind of the person who I felt like the best medium for this. Now, a lot of people gonna like that, a lot of people gonna hate that. The people who gonna hate that are gonna say he doesn't have any content in his music. I'm fine with that. The people who like that say, yo, at least he ain't talking about doing a Xanny, a Percocet in every record. You know what I mean? So let's just roll with that. Lil Yachty did this Breakfast Club interview, and like I said, it was very awkward. And Lil Yachty finally got into why the interview was awkward, is because he feels as if those Charlamagne them kind of hurt his career, right? That's kind of pretty much what he was summing up. He was like, yo, when I came up here the last time, you called me the poster child for whack rappers. Then Lil Yachty went on to talk about how during Charlamagne and Joe Budden's end of the year special show that they did in December, he was like, yo, you was talking down on me. Now, I went back and ran that interview back this morning. At no point was Charlamagne talking down on Lil Yachty. I'm just telling you the facts, all right? Joe was talking down on Yachty, and I never seen anything in that clip, unless it's another interview that I have not seen with Charlamagne. I never seen Charlamagne say anything bad about Lil Yachty's music. Now, let's keep it moving with Joe. Joe kept it all the way honest with what he feels about Lil Yachty. We all know one of the first Everyday Struggle episodes that was lit. Yachty, I think it was the first episode, Joe came on and Yachty was like, you're not happy, all right? So we know there's no love lost there. We obviously seen what happened at the BET Awards. Let's move on from that. So Yachty said Charlamagne and Joe are both snakes. All right, he has the right to feel what he feels about other people. I think Yachty didn't like the fact that Charlamagne asked him the question the last time around, do you feel as if though you're the poster child for whack rappers? All right, that's just a question. And at that time, if I'm not mistaken, a lot of people were using Yachty's name in interviews. But because the Breakfast Club is such a popping platform, people seen when Charlamagne asked that question. Now, I did feel as if though Charlamagne copped out with that question. Maybe he did at the time feel that Yachty was whack. He said he doesn't. You know what I mean? He said he doesn't. And I heard Joe Budden on their podcast last week talking about how Charlamagne's been kind of copping out with questions with things that he might feel on the low, but he's used, and people said this, or I heard it on the Joe Budden podcast, that is kind of a cop out. I will admit that, but I ask questions like that all the time in my interviews. But Charlamagne, to me, from everything I've seen, he's consistently said, I don't think Yachty's whack. So all I can do is go with the man's words. The man said he doesn't think Yachty's whack. In regards to Yachty doing an interview that he didn't really want to do, I thought that was corny, because, yo, Yachty, you know as much as anyone knows, you don't really necessarily need the Breakfast Club for media. You might gonna get a couple extra plays, but for the most part, go in the comment section of this Breakfast Club interview. Their fan base, they're not rocking with you necessarily. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that's right. I'm just telling you the facts. They're not necessarily excited about a Yachty interview. And Yachty he hinted at that. He was like, I'm kind of the only dude from the new school that come up here. So, I mean, that kind of plays off people saying that the Breakfast Club is not a platform for new rappers. The good thing about the Breakfast Club is they don't need new rappers, and rappers in this era, to me, don't need them. They don't need press at all. With all these different outlets, how artists can go on IG live and talk to their fans, and do so many views on Instagram now, and Twitch, and in academics, there's a lot of interviews with those guys. You really don't need the Breakfast Club or big media. It could help. But to say need it, nah, you don't need it. And I think Yachty expressed those sentiments in the interview. So we'll talk about all this in my comment section. Let's rock and roll. Charlamagne said Yachty was the poster child for rap music a while back. Do y'all still feel as if though? Do y'all think there was some hate from Charlamagne Yachty called Charlamagne and Joe Budden snakes. Do you agree with those sentiments? You know what I mean? And I want you guys to also comment on the fact that Lil Yachty said the Breakfast Club is no longer the outlet that the new rappers are going to. What do you guys think about all this stuff? Talk to me in the comment box below. Very interesting interview. For the record, I still believe the Breakfast Club is the most powerful urban platform, but newer rappers don't need to come up there if you know these guys are not listening to your music. I'm a storyteller. I want to tell anyone's story, but I'm at least, if I'm interviewing a Lil Xan or Lil Yachty, I'm going to do my homework, hours of homework on anyone I interview, no matter what you do. And the Breakfast Club is so popping, they don't have to do that at this point in time with a rapper like that. And maybe that's not the correct platform for somebody like Yachty to go to, or any of those young littles, or you know what I mean, any of them, because the respect ain't there. Just go where you're, you know what I mean, you're respected, not tolerated, is my opinion on that. I'm out.
I want to salute you, homie, you know, for building your own thing and doing your own thing, creating your own platform, your own website.
I got one life to live out my dreams, and I'm giving this thing all I got. I interview celebrities. I talk sports. I represent the culture.
Right now you're turning up on itsmrtaliaferro.com, shawty.